What's up, guys? What's up, Bit Cousin? How's it going, dude? I mean, it's kind of hard to say because there's only three races, right? And they're all extremely different from each other. Like, they're basically like their own game. Like, playing one race is like a completely different game from playing one of the other races. The race that's like most similar to the AV4 civs would be Terran. It's like the most probably called classic RTS civ, if you would. But yeah, they're all very, very different from each other, so it's hard to say. And pretty much everybody who plays the game at a high level, like, only plays one. Like, they only focus on one race, right? For the most part. There's a couple of players who play like more than one race, but it's very, very difficult to do. Because it's like playing two different games, basically. No, exactly. You just play one. I mean, you can play multiple if you want to, but like 99% of high level players are only good enough with one of the races to actually be competitive in tournaments and stuff. Alright. We got a CVP here. See what he tries to do. It's quite a big MMR difference, so might try something cheeky. Gate scout timing. It's pretty good progress for his MMR. For sure. I think they're nerf Protoss. I don't know. No idea. I hope so. Who knows? Okay, we'll start running this way and then we'll have to come back to look if he That's a pretty early pylon. A bit too early. Probably means there's no stalker. But we'll go back and confirm. Oh. Wow. Yeah, not ideal. That's pretty good though. Take that. I'll take that. I mean, he got a drone, but he lost a probe and the adept for it, so... Especially since he's going for double adept pressure here, that's pretty damn bad for him. Now we can go chase this guy down. This guy is a YOLO swagger for sure. No pylon here is kinda insane, to be honest. Kind of extremely insane. Holy shit, this guy has like no fear whatsoever. He's going adepts most likely. A bit charged as well, but... Our drone count is suffering big time this game though. This is not a tight formation here. Oh, I kind of messed up there though. It's too good of a position, especially with the glaives. Not a super big fan of my position here, to be honest, but it is what it is. Yeah, that's a very unclean game by me for sure, but yeah, his build was very weird. Like no pylon on the third is just crazy. Crazy. So stepping up to the lane in your third, yeah, like I would say like the early game trades were quite good for us, but yeah. Our macro was kind of not good that game for sure. My second best? I'm not really sure. I don't really play my off races very much. Probably Terran, I think. I haven't played much Protoss at all. I played a little bit of Terran, so. Like if you go to your race site, you can see that like you have stats for all three. Like yeah, I've not played much of any other race. Well, I have like a very good understanding of how the matchups work and like what's annoying for the opponent and so on. I think wouldn't hurt to play some off race, but it's not necessarily needed. Because it's like StarCraft 2 is such an execution focused game that yeah, it's like all about execution basically, right? So the knowledge is important, but when it comes to playing the races, like execution just beats everything really. It's fast paced, and the economy is a lot simpler than before. So it's really just about, you know, doing things as fast and efficiently as possible. There's like some elements of, you know, tactics and strategy to it, but without execution, everything else kind of becomes secondary. Kind of, yeah. It's also just the more you play, like the better you get, the less you have to think about things you're doing. Like the less brain bandwidth, whatever you want to call it, you have to use when you're playing. And yeah, obviously that's better for you, right? Because you can focus more on the key moments and the key aspects of the game, like trying to figure out what your opponent is doing and so on. Allows your execution to be a lot cleaner if you don't have to actively think about what you're doing all the time. Oh. What's up, Meansworns? Thank you so much for the 23 months, dude. Did you enjoy the Muta video? I didn't have as many Muta games in it as I would have liked to, but ladder gives what the ladder gives, you know? Yeah, that's not a bad take, I think. Work in progress? What do you mean? Was there something else wrong with it? Other than the lack of metagames? There was, when I was looking at it, there was like some FPS issues, which was weird because we've gone past game on it. Holy shit, dude. Talk about lack of dedication, man. There's a couple of good media games in there, but 3 games I just got 13-12. You know? Not sure how to avoid that. Zergs on Korea server don't want to play longer games, dude. They just want to get it all done with quickly. Nice, yeah. Well, there's a few bangers in there. Okay, we'll go back and check if there's a Chronoboost. Oh, forgot my third queen a little bit here. No Chronoboost. A little bit unclean macro here, but... this is a bit too many links. Missing queen there. Kinda looks like blink. Could be charge. Again, not the cleanest macro in the early game here from me. Gateways are kinda late. There's a robot, this should be charged. Oh, I never started my layer, that's extremely bad. And this is also extremely bad. No, the queens are stuck, they're stuck, man. Ah, this is so bad, man. We lost so many drones there. This is a terrible start, guys. Not sure how we're gonna make a comeback here. We will try. Couple of guns here just to not be too obvious with what we're doing.
병력이 공격받고 있음. 진화 완료.
Oh, that's a lot of shit. He's just gonna do this.
공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 군단이 진화했음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 고갈됨. 변이 완료.
That was very bad. Very, very bad by me. Not having creep there was extremely bad by me. Really very hard to kill him now. If I just have a creep there for my queens, we just win the game right there. Without it, it's a bit more difficult for sure.
왕맵 소진됨. 광물지대 말라버림. 광맥 고갈됨. 새로운 여왕 준비됨.
What a complete disaster. If I just have my things where they need to be, we're quite fine. But now it's tricky. It's very, very tricky. Honestly, kind of would have preferred it if I went Spire here rather than... Oh, he has a 4th. Holy shit, we're so fucking cooked. Dude.
군락지가 직접 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 진화 광물지대 말라버림. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음에 소진됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
He chased on my overlords.
벌레가 공격받고 있음. 광맥 고갈됨. 군단 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Yeah, he got away with so much greed this game, it's kind of impossible to win now, for sure.
적이 일벌레 공격 중. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단이 진화했음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
That was certainly a way to pick the fight by him, but he's just way too far ahead. He doesn't have an observer, dude. Still gonna win. Yeah. Like, if I just have creep here where my queens are at, in the first fight, the game literally just ends. Because, like, he can't fight like this, like he did. Like, this was super YOLO by him. Like, obviously, our early game was really shit, but, like, this fight being off creep means we lost all our queens for free. Ravager Bane versus Turtle Army. No, you don't need you don't need what did Bannister? Like, you just do what I did there and you do it better. Don't have a shitty early game. And yeah, don't fight off creep with your queens. Like, literally all I have to do is just have my queens be on creep in that fight. And the game ends, because he came down and fought like that, which is just like complete suicide. Which is what I was doing. So even though we had a shitty start, we still had a really good chance to win the game just because he tried to fight us, but yeah, I messed up with my dropper lord. Wasn't in position to pick up my queens. Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense, That makes more sense, yeah. I think Spire would have been the better play there. But it's also kind of obvious if I go Spire, so... But he was playing so greedy that Spire definitely could have worked. Yeah. No, I mean, like, the game was 100% on us. We just played really badly. Made a lot of mistakes.
일벌레가 공격받고 있음.
Just have a clean game this time. Collect our easy win. Ideally you don't make links in this hatch, but I already made a bunch, so...
여왕 생성 성공.
This is a big mistake, though. Got way more than he should have here. Yeah, another less than good early game by me.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
This is good though. You wasted a lot of time and energy there.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Misclicking so much here though.
여왕. 군단 병력이 새로 받고 있음.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about this position, to be honest. Holy greedy macamole, dude. My Evo never started. Wasting a lot of his energy though.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
The extra depth here means he's probably just going glaives. And would have been fine for us if we actually had a yeah. We actually had Roachborn here, which we should have, but we don't have.
군락지가 직접 공격받고 있어. 여왕 생성 성공. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있어. 군단 병력이
Oh, dude, that's not good. Oh, and he's doubling down, actually. Ah, that's so bad. Yeah, I'm not playing good today, guys, whatsoever. Lots of suicidal overlords here. We should be in a really good position, but yeah, we aren't. Lots of skill issues.
막아들일 수 없는 병. 광물지대 말라버림. 군단이 진화했음. 유전자 진화. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
I can't believe you actually doubled down on the adepts here. That's kind of nuts. Wait, what? Did they not chase? They did not chase.
변이 완료. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있어. 군락지가 지금 군단 병력이 공격받고 있어. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단이 진화. 군라지아 공격받고 있음. 군단 군단 병력이 공격받고 있어.
He committed to a lot more stalkers here, which is not too bad for us. We can just survive this next push.
광물지대 말라버림. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있어. 진화 완료. 일벌레가 공격받고 있어. 적이 일벌레 공격 중. 유전자
Interesting recall.
받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 군단이 진화했음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있어. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있어. 왕백 소진된. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있어. 광물지대 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단이 진화했음. 왕백 군단 병 병력이 공격하고 있음. 광맥 오가됨.
Yeah, complete disaster of an early game, but brought it back. The first shading, yeah. I mean, the early game from my side was complete garbage, but this was interesting for sure. Splitting up his adepts in three small groups, and 3 of them just fighting the queen. It's a choice, for sure. I can't believe I actually doubled down on the adepts though after this. I mean, I even saw it and I was still like, okay, I was like, now I've seen the adepts. Surely it's not gonna make even more adepts after making 4 stalkers. But then he morphed in, or like warped in another round of adepts. I guess his blink was so late then. My roach run was late, which is why I had to make so many links. Make like 2 more warp ins of adepts. Okay. I was pretty... Like, I knew if I survived the lurkers here, I was pretty okay, because he warped in like another big round of stalkers here. Which means he couldn't really afford to do Tempest at the same time. I mean, he's kind of doing it, but... Like, that stalker warp in was kind of expensive for sure. But when Mars this guy was like 5-3. This recall was kind of funny as well. Just like recalling these 5 zealots over here. It's like mothership, 10 stalkers, and 4 zealots. Let's go get them, you know. That was pretty funny. Yeah, it was definitely just because my early game was nothing short of a dumpster fire, but it's a funny game. My background? What do you mean my background? Am I in the void? Yeah. Is something wrong with the green screen? Looks fine, right? Oh, you mean like at the other scene? Yeah, I should add something for the background for sure. I wonder if I still have my old background. I used to have a background that's just like a red match history with tempests and And a mothership hanging out in the background. That one was good. Could bring that one back. Late on this drone here. Yeah, I think it's my best matchup. It's not... Well, overall I think it's my best matchup statistically, but... The last couple of seasons my CVC is by far the highest win rate, but that's just because all the Zergs I get just try to 13-12 me. Or like 12 pool drone pool, or... Like 2 gas roach bane. It's like all we get. Yeah. I think so. Last patch was... Yeah, last patch was kind of insane, to be honest. It's kind of greedy here, to be honest, as well. My lings.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Oh, actions made an overload here.
여왕 생성 성공. 군락지가 직접 공격받고 있음.
Everything is a little bit messy here. For sure.
새로운 여왕 준비됨. 여왕 생성. 새로운 여왕 준비됨. 진화 완료. 여왕 성공. 새로운 여왕 준비됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Oh, this thing didn't start. Ow! Come on, dude.
여왕 생성 성공. 천막 중 공격받고 있음. 일벌레가 공격받고 있음. 받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 적이 일본을 공격 중. 새로운 여왕 준비됨. 받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 여왕 생성. 전방 중앙이 공격 받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 천막 중앙이 공격받고 있음.
Bad spy block here. 광물지대 유전자 변형됨. 천막 중앙이 공격받고 있음. 광맥. 받아들일 수 없는. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. Oh, did not see the mine. That's bad by me.
천막 중앙이 공격받고 있음. 군락지가 병력이 공격받고 있음. 공격받고 있음. 광맥 소진됨. 천막 중앙이 공격받고 있음. 천막 중앙이 공격받고 있음. 군단이 진화했음. 군단이 진화했음. 별이 됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
What drives the decision to skip hydras when playing Lingbane? Yeah, I mean there's times where like hydras are better than others, but like you can play pretty much any style you want at any point. The main like the playstyle with the biggest restrictions on it is Muta Lingbane, because you kind of need to have a very sharp early game with the Muta openers. Like it can go wrong very, very quickly if you're going Mutas. But for example, like in general versus 3cc Banshee, Hydra opener or like Hydra Lingbane is a little bit better because you can open Hydras and then go back into Lingbane. Don't know, like I've been enjoying Ultra Lingbane recently. I think it's quite strong in the current state of things. Yeah, what Iba said as well. Like I kind of usually prefer to play Hydra versus Banshee openers because otherwise the Banshees can just like shut down one side of the map. But it's like, you know, you get Hive, you can get a Viper out, and you can kind of deal with the Banshees with the Viper, but it's kind of slow and inefficient. I don't know. I don't think it's like, I don't think you have to play Hydra just because you open Banshee, but makes your life a little bit easier, for sure. Like, are you getting random FPS drops or something, Iba? Because I used to get that when I was playing on window mode. I'm not sure why it happened, like, or randomly, like, I just can't play in window mode anymore. Like, I just start lag spiking like crazy. So I swapped to full screen, and that kind of fixed that issue, but that's obviously not ideal either. I see, I see. If you take a turn steering knight in CVP, do you still set it to normal character for your third? Yeah, so like my camera hotkeys are not based on in which order I take my bases, it's based on the location, right? So the camera hotkey will stay the same as if I, you know. Yeah, the camera hotkey is always the same. I never change it based on those kinds of things. The only time I change it is like for my fourth base. Like, for example, if I want to take this fourth base, but for some reason I'm unable to, then I will change the camera hotkey to, like, you know, be this my fourth base instead, right? But my normally pattern would be like fourth, fifth, sixth, right? But for the first couple of bases, I just keep it like I always do. Because that's where all the early game stuff happens, right? And in the early game, I want everything to be very consistent. So... Actually gonna do this. Let's see how this works out.
군락지가 직접 공격받고 있음. 새로운 여왕 준비됨.
Got the kill. Oh.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Not too bad overall.
공격받고 있음. 여왕생.
Man, Oriana's became like such a YOLO. It's become coffee with his Reaper recently. Like, look, this Link speed will be finished by now with a lot of builds. Even with my standard play, it will be finished by now, but I kind of messed up here. Ah, okay. Okay, Mr. Coffee Jr. Surprised I didn't go into that line as well. don't know, my queens are just all over the place this game. My fourth is super late. Surely he's not gonna win here, right? He actually is. He's lost his mind, guys. I don't know. This is... Ah, my queen should not be over here.
새로운 준비됨. 남편이 공격받고 있어. 받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 여왕 생성 성공. 받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 받아들일 수 없는 받아들일 수 없는 천막 종양이 공격받고 있음. 새로운 여왕. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 천막 종양이 공격받고 있음. 공격받고 있음. 유전자 변형됨. 군단 변이. 왕물지대 말라. 종양이 공격받고 있음. 왕의 소진 공격단 변이. 진화 완료. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 천막 종양이 공격받고 있음. 일벌레가 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 종양이 공격받고 있음. 광맥 변 완료. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 라치가 직접
아,
별이 광맥 소진됨. 군단이 받아들일 수 없는 광맥. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
big mistakes here.
라치가 직접 공격하고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
What? Okay, that was not supposed to happen.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
We have very few queens at the moment. I need this, I need this, I need this. Have to sack this space, can't defend it now.
공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 광물지대 말라버림. 새로운 여왕 준비됨. 벌레 공격 중. 광맥 오가됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Can't get it here.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있으니 변이 완료. 광맥 군단 병력이 공격받고 있어. 라치가 직접 공격받고 있어.
Ah, my infestors died. Where did my infestors die? I had like no banelings in this fight. That's really bad.
받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있어.
That was extremely bad by me.
일벌레가 공격받고 있음. 광맥 소진됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 유전자 변형됨.
Yeah, not sure how we win this game from here. Ah, dude, my overseers died in the fight. This hatchery is misplaced. Ah, what a throw, man. What a fucking throw. I just had my infestors in that fight. We win the game super easily, but...
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 변이 완료.
I don't have burrows still somehow.
적이 일벌레 공격 중. 광맥 소진됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 강물지대 말라버림. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Just too broke and no fucking things here. No infestors still.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
The infestors were so crucial for that fight in the middle. I mean, I could also just had more banelings, but... Me and throwing games versus Oriana is a classic. Dude, my infestors are just like fucking suicidal, dude. Man.
기가 직접 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 일벌레가 전방 주스스 방울에 고갈됨. 일벌레가 공격받고 있음.
We're cooked here. We're super cooked. Man, what happened to my infestors in that fight? We were winning the game so hard, and then it just like I had no banelings, and my infestors died right before the fight. Like the game was completely over after we killed this base here. Like the game is 100% over now. All I have to do is make corruptors and have my infestors here in this fight. Like, I knew he was doing this move too, because he does. This is like the only move he ever does in this matchup is just go down the middle of the map with Liberators. So what happened to these infestors? Holy shit, dude. Yeah. If I just have these infestors here in this fight, or if I have more banelings, fine. My Queen Spring here would also been fine. But yeah, now we lost the game because of it. Let's hope he goes again. I refuse to lose this twice in a row. But he's actually just like playing straight up exactly like Coffee does. Just YOLO, YOLO, YOLO in the early game, and then just very committed pushes in the mid game. I don't think it's a very good way to play if the Zerg is on top of things. Like if I'm actually playing properly, like I think we just get very easy wins, but I'm obviously not playing properly, so... That's fine.
새로운 여왕 준비됨. 곤라치가 직접 공격받고 있음. 곤라치가 직접 생성하고 있음. 성공.
You already know what he's going to do. He's going to YOLO his Reapers across, or his Hellions across. Get the Reap or this thing though, so we can do this. Oh, the Quit Tumor never built. That's kind of bad.
여왕 준비됨. 여왕 콜라치가 직접 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 새로운 여왕 준비되어 받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 천막 종양이 공격받고 있음.
Oh, what is actually committing? Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, he's just lost, like, all sense of... Holy YOLO guacamole, man.
여왕 생성 성공. 천막 종양이 공격받고 있음. 새로운 여왕. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 천막 종양이 공격받고 있음. 받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 광천막 종양이 병력받고 있음. 광맥 소진됨. 광물 받아들일 수 없는 군단이 심화했음.
Okay, I mean, that's certainly a choice.
광맥 고갈됨. 완료. 유전자 변형됨. 군단 변이됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있어. 락시가 직접 공격하고 있어. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있어. 진화했어. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있어.
Oh, what? Okay. There's me an option to go there.
진화 완료. 광맥 여왕. 저기 일벌레. 굴락지가 직접 공격하고 있음. 일벌레가 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 광물지대 말라버림. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
No, 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 no.
받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 유전자 변형된 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 수진 공격받고 있어. 변 완료. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
kind of surprised he's still in this game, to be honest. Like, there's no real economy here. Yeah, this was a lot better than last game, for sure. How do you evaluate games to get better? Besides watching replays, do you write stuff down and make other good plays to review it, or how? No, well, like getting some, advice from other players can be good sometimes, for sure. But I don't really write stuff down too much. Like most of the time when I'm looking at a game that I lost, I already have like a good idea of where I think the game went wrong. Like I have a guess in my mind, I think the game went wrong at this point, right? And then usually I look back at the replay to that point and see like if that was the correct assumption, right? And if it was, then I just move on to the next game. If it wasn't, then I try to find out what actually went wrong. Because it's not really time efficient to analyze every single game that you're playing. Neuro, thanks so much for the raid, man. Thank you, dude. Hope you had a very nice stream. Welcome, guys. We just finished playing CVT. Well, it's because like in CVT you kind of have to replace the creep. Like not having creep is just a death sentence. So you're kind of forced into it. It's obviously nice and stuff in CVP as well, but in CVP they have a lot more tools to clear the creep. And in general, like in CVP, especially like late game, you're very supply restricted, I guess you could say. And having the extra queens for creep is kind of eats into your supply too much a lot of the time. It's also like very easy for them to just get caught by like a random squad of zealots, and they can't really get away. Whereas in CVT in general, it's harder for the queens to get caught. Because you're relying a lot more on like Ling Bane in CVT, right? So you're fighting for map control a lot more than in CVP. Whereas in CVP it's mostly just like, big armies moving around and then small round-bys happening on the other side, right? CVT you're kind of way more spread out, so your queens are kind of safer in general. And it's like having a group of queens together, they can survive quite a bit of Terran attacks, right? Before ghosts come out. As long as you have transfusions available. Whereas versus Protoss, you just kind of melt immediately. So it's a lot harder to keep them alive versus Protoss as well. But again, versus Protoss is also not like you must have creep spread everywhere, right? In CVP, you can kind of fight off creep a little bit. Depending on the situation of the game, of course. But yeah, ideally, like you would have the same amount of creep in CVP as well. It's less necessary, and it's also harder to get it out there. Like for example, if they still have the oracles alive, you can't really send out like a single queen to spread creep, right? You have to move out with a lot of queens at once, or like escort your queens to actually spread creep, even into like the mid game and stuff. Be right back, guys. I'm gonna just take a short bathroom break, and I'm gonna play more games. Kinda want to see the drone drop load trading queens around the creep on the creep spreading mission. Yeah, I mean it's usually just like the can be good in some situations for sure. But in like a more standardized game, the queen is just as likely to get sniped, right? Or even more likely to get sniped in the dropper lord. And you care more about, you know, you don't care so much about having creep up until their doorstep, you care more about having consistent creep on the map, right? For the most part. Yeah, I mean usually it's like when you're going for like a... Like you went for like a roach queen all-in or something. So you have the drop lords already and you have the extra queens. And then, you know, like you do some damage but you can't kill them and the game kind of transitions into a normal game, right? That's the most common situation for that to happen. Me, I'm not sure what defines me the most. I mean, I'm definitely like more defensive than a lot of players. Not a single freeze. Nice. What did you change? I'm just gonna eat some food, guys. We'll watch a replay while I eat some mandu and kimbap. Well, it has more to do with like how I view that kind of stuff, right? Like I view like not necessarily aggression. Aggression in general is good, but like cheeses and all-ins and stuff is something you mix in once your standard play is good. Because that's when it's like actually can start working for you. And it makes you harder to play against. But if nobody respects your standard play, then all your like all-ins and cheeses are only gonna work once, you know? Yeah. I think most of the times I've played games versus EVA, it's been macro games, right? Maybe some random Roach Bane all-in or something like that, but that's pretty standard in CVC. I'm pretty sure I've all-in EVA more times than he is all-in me, but I'm wrong about that. Well, that has nothing to do with the kill switch. Like, that comes more from like hitting timings in the mid game and stuff. Because when you're committing to an all-in or a cheese, whatever, decision making is quite simple because you just have to go no matter what, right? But having the own kill switch comes from realizing that you're in a really good position and you can just go kill your opponent, right? So those are kind of different in that sense. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. So again, like, I've had periods where I've been more aggressive and more cheesy, whatever. But it's usually like when I'm feeling very comfortable in my standard play. I'm very confident in my standard play. Then I'll start playing more aggressive and more cheesy. But these days I'm not super... Like, I feel like I have a lot to improve upon in my standard play. So
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 여왕 생성 성공.
Yeah, for sure. But
새로운 여왕
for me,
준비된 군단 병력이
variety
공격받고 있음.
just for the sake of variety doesn't really do anything for me, you know. Need to have a clear purpose that I can incorporate into like my overall gameplay. Like I'm not really necessarily disagreeing with you, Helm. I'm just like saying why I don't do it, you know.
적이 일벌레 공격 중. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 천막 종양이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 천막 종양이 공격받고 있음. 여왕 생성.
Do you have any goals since 2 or just playing to enjoy it? Well, I would like to get back to a tournament level, if I can. But my main goal is just, you know, keep streaming.
병력이 공격받고 있음.
Like, just enjoy the game for the most part. And enjoying the game for me is tied to improving. Like, if I'm not playing to improve, I don't enjoy playing StarCraft 2. If that makes sense. My enjoyment in StarCraft 2 comes from the challenge and the fact that it's difficult and the fact that I make a lot of mistakes, right? That I want to fix. What am I working on at the moment? Pretty much everything, you know? Like, I'm just trying to... Like, StarCraft 2 is such an execution-focused game, right? So it's about very, like, small details, really small refinements.
군단이 진화했음.
Doing everything a little bit better. Being a bit faster with my reactions, cleaner macro. Getting better at scouting and staying on top of what my opponent is doing. These kinds of things, right?
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 유전자 변형된 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 새로운 여왕 준비됨.
Have fun from competitive play? I mean, I take games of the higher level guys, and I played a few tournaments, so I can get past the first couple of rounds and stuff again. So it's not super far away, but probably like at another 200-300 MMR, something like that, I would say. Well, at my level, it's like, there's a lot of things I can improve upon, but there's nothing, massive I can improve upon, right, It's all very small and, like, tiny details. And doing focus practice for me isn't really going to be useful, because it's not about being able to do one thing correctly, it's about being able to do everything correctly.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있습니다. 광맥 군단 병력이 공격받고 있습니다. 군단 병력이
You have a replay for me? Is it a CVP? CBT? Okay, I'll have a look. I'll have a look. You send it. Alright, this is a... Alright, yeah. Alright. I'll have a look.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있습니다. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있습니다. 군락지가 군단 병력이 전자 변화된
Alright, we'll look at Eba's replay real quick.
군단 병력이
We'll speed through the rest of this one. For those of you who haven't seen it already. One more little thing, okay. This game was a banger though. Okay, yeah, I'll have a look.
버림. 군단 병력이 진화. 광맥 소진됨. 군단 병력이 공격하고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격하고 있음.
Let's look at Eva's replay real quick. And then we'll get back on the ladder. Yeah, that was a banger game. What's up, Mr. Terrific? Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. Okay, what are we looking at here? This all looks pretty good. Past Evo Chamber. It's not bad versus 2-on-1. Our fourth is extremely late though. Not a fan of this. Straight into hydras too. I mean, if it was Banshee, I kind of like to play like this. Yeah, it's pretty good. Fourth should be faster though, for sure. Are we playing Infestor Lurker? Oh, we're playing Infestor Lurker, aren't we? Or are we just going Infestor Hydra? All in. I was messing around with this for a little while. Playing Hydraling Infestor with Shroud into Lurker. It's actually pretty strong, but it falls on its face once they get ghosts. So it's like, can you get across the map with Shroud before they get ghost, like the ghost count up? Bane, yeah. Yeah, I think this kind of stuff is alright. It's not too bad. The problem is just like if they get momentum going with like a tank push, it's really hard to do anything even with the Shroud. And not having a melee attack upgrades is also tricky. Because even though you have the Shroud and your units don't die, they also don't kill anything. Yeah. Yeah, the Shroud is very strong versus these kinds of timings. It's just always so sketchy because, like, I think in general this kind of stuff is super strong, but it's so sketchy because you take one fight and then you don't have energy anymore, and then as soon as you don't have energy, your army sucks, right? But here you got a lot of momentum for sure. This was nice. Ghost Academy. Like if you were gonna go lurkers, I would have gone that way quicker. Because like you actually have pretty sick timing now before you had ghost if you want lurkers faster. But since we're getting Ling Bane, I mean it's not bad to have like a few lurkers in the nidus, whatever, but yeah. I think this style has potential, for sure. Like at least versus Banshee openers, I think you can do something like this, yeah. You just gotta watch out for like very committed marine tank pushes in the mid game. Like if they realize you're doing hydras and they save up for like 4 tanks, and then goes for like a 4 tank push, that's kind of scary a lot of the times. Unless you can, like, you know, fight them out on the map one time and, like, pull back. But then, like, you also don't want to spend your infestor energy too much. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the problem is just, like, once Ghost comes out, you're, like... I think, like, once you have Ling Bane, like, in high numbers, like, once you have, like, Bane speed, I think ideally you should have this faster. Like, or you just lean into the Lurkers, one or the other. Like, one of these things should be faster, right? And then you need to, like, lean into trading with either Billings or with Lurkers before he gets Ghost out. Because if he gets Ghost outs, then you have, like, 30 hydras, whatever we have now. It's like 25 hydras. It's just so fucking hard to trade efficiently once Ghosts come out. Like, we gotta find a way to, like, trade out the hydras before it gets to high Ghost count, really. Otherwise we can never fight, and if we can't fight, we lose too much map control, and then, yeah, the game gets tricky. How many hydras do we actually have? 28 hydras, yeah, that's a shit ton of hydras. Yeah. I mean, the army is really good before he gets ghosts, but once the ghost comes out, the army becomes garbage. Yeah, we just gotta... I think you just gotta try to get baning speed faster and trade, or go lurkers faster so you can actually start being aggressive before the ghost comes out. When you have a good early game like this. Yeah. I like the double spire. I like the Nidus. Should be... you don't need this. You don't need all the mine, all this gas at this point. Yeah, like this space. Just take these drones as well. You don't need this gas at this point. Like at this point in the game, you're mostly just going to be trading out links. So just make sure you're mining the gases on these bases. Yeah, and then get rid of. Don't mine fully on these bases. You could even pull out like of this base and this base even as well. Just make sure you're mining the minerals fully on these two bases. And it's chill. And Oriana wait for us. Yeah, you can go for a 1-1 Hydro in as well with this opening. Yeah, it's not bad. Again, it's best versus Banshee openers, like CCC Banshee. How good is Oriana? I think he's pretty strong. Like, I think if he was playing in Europe, I think he would be like 6k-ish. At least in TVC. I can't speak for his other matchups, but his TVC is pretty good. But the nice part about opening Hydras as well, like if you open Hydra versus a Banshee opener, is that you kind of force the Terran into playing tanks. They can't really play mines. If they do, they're usually just dead. Like if they try to go into mines after opening Banshee versus Hydras. I need to get more consistent about hotkeying this overload right away, so I can quickly cancel it if I see a probe coming. Yeah, I'm struggling a little bit with the new, like, and it's not necessarily new, but the resurgence, I guess you could call it, of mine into like Mass Liberator, no ghosts, versus the like Lingbane Infestor into Ultra style. It's tricky. It's like when you get to Hive, there's so many things you need, right? So many upgrades and stuff, and then you also need to be able to afford your Spire pretty early, because Queen Viper can deal with like maybe like max 4 Liberators. After that, it gets really dicey. And especially if they're doing like, they split up their Liberators and have 2 on each side. You have to give up so much ground until your Corruptors. Phoenix is first.
여왕 생성 성공.
Okay, instant warp gate. Get a Zealot, no Chrono Boost.
새로운 여왕 준비됨. 군단이 진화했음. 여왕 생성 성공. 받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 새로운 여왕 준비됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Follow-up has to be either like DTs or Stargate here. Let's send these guys home so we don't lose the DTs. In the meantime, we're just gonna make queens and drones. Yeah.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있어. 새로운 여왕 준비돼. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있어. 여왕 생성 성공. 새로운 여왕 준비돼. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있어. 군락지가 직접 공격받고 있어. 일벌레가 공격받고 있어. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있어. 받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있어. 군단이 진화했어.
Oh. Oh, we took this third. Okay. Actually, I should have made mutants here.
준비됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있어.
Yeah, going for this all in was a little bit dicey, but I should have used the I should have target fired on the Phoenix, and I should have been lifting up the Queens. So we're getting target fired. Could have definitely won that fight with the Queens with better micro. No, usually it's mostly reactive, reaped. But it's like you can play Hydraling Bane in any game. Just like how to get to Hydraling Bane just varies depending on what they do, right? This is EU. We're on Asia at the moment. No, you don't go. You don't make Evo Wall versus non-Stargate glaive timings. Maybe versus this one I could have, but it's kind of borderline. Because versus like these early committed glaive timings, it's too expensive to wall off. Like you would rather just invest that money into more units, because you still have to defend your third, right? I mean, the single Evo doesn't do anything, you know, versus you either full wall or no wall, you know. The defense was fine. We were very far ahead after the defense. No, you mean like okay the in the middle line. Yeah, that was just a little bit too slow on that one. Yeah, I thought you meant like trying to wall off here, but yeah, but that didn't really matter, like once he committed that deep versus our setup, we were in a quite good spot. I could have definitely microed better to save some drones, but in terms of letting him get in there, this doesn't really matter too much. Okay, is he going Nexus first again? Yep, yes. No Scout Nexus first 2 games in a row. Kind of tempted to 12 pull him if you could play him again, but... I want to go back and see if there's a Chronobus here. Make sure we get away in case there's a Stalker.
새로운 여왕 준비됨. 진화 완료. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 굴락지가 직접 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Roach runs a little bit late here. Little bit on the later side, but he's going Stargates. I could actually cancel that Roach if I want to, but... not going to. Definitely overmade Overlords here though. Holy shit. Wanna see if there's some... a little bit late for the scout actually, but would like to see if there's another Stargate unit here or not. See a bunch of depths here, so could be definitely be a glaive timing again. It's a lot of adepts. Guess a forge though. Could still be glaives, but less likely.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Very late twilight actually.
공격받고 있음.
Ah. It's kinda bad by me. Oh. It's a double adept, okay. Okay, I wanna find out if he's making stalkers here or not. Making zealots. I will cancel that. I will start this. I will start that. Try to get a scout in to make sure he's not doing like a sky toss transition behind this.
여왕 생성 성공.
There's a robo though, so kinda looks like it's very committed here. Make sure he doesn't have the gold.
군단이 진화했음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Trying to boost his gateways here, so he might all in into our all in, which would be pretty good for us for sure. And we don't really care about losing the hatchery here, so. He killed my roach for him, that's fine, I have a hider down. Yeah, he's very all in here too, so it doesn't really matter that we lost our base here.
왕맥 소진됨. 여왕 생성 성공.
We'll get a round of hydras and then just go. I do want the roach for him because I want to be able to make ravagers here.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 광물지대 말라버림. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 진화했음.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw how committed he was, I definitely probably should have cancelled the overload speed. Maybe even +1 attack. A decent choice. Because this is like super all in, right? Super all in. But it's like he can't really win at this point because like you already have too many roaches, so not sure if it really mattered too much. No, you don't want to use the choke because he has immortals and archons, and you also want to be like able to kite the zealots. You don't want to stand there and like headbutt into the zealots. Well, sure, if it was only zealots, you could do that in the choke, right? But since there's immortals and archons behind it, you don't really want to do that. If he has like immortals and archons with his zealots, you just want to be like kiting out the zealots. You kite, and then when the zealots are gone, then you engage the immortal archon, and you just kite, and you do the same again, right? When the next warping comes. Yeah. So it's like whenever you're getting all in by like a charge slot all in and you have roach speed, you in general want to meet them as far out as possible so you can start kiting. Yeah, I mean if he wastes time attacking my roach warren, that's usually good for me because you know he wastes so much time. That's like he's in a very tight timing, right? Um, and you know I can make links in the meantime, and I can you know remake the roach warren. And also, like, if for some reason I already have a hydra then or something like that, if I already have a spire or whatever, then it's also a lot of wasted DPS and time for him in those fights. It's like in that fight, like he had 2 immortals shooting my roach warren, while the rest of his army was dying to my roaches, right? So usually, like, them attacking the roach warren is a mistake, like 9 times out of 10. Unless it's already, like, very low HP and they can kill it in, like, one shot. A little bit late on sending this drone. Should have sent it right away. Not sure if we can actually block the Nexus first anymore. Just wanted to be annoying here. Yeah, we'll have to see. I don't think we can actually block an Nexus first. Sadly. Probably a bit too late for that. Gonna be close. Okay. He actually went gate first here, so... He was scouting, so happy I didn't decide not to teleport.
굴락시가 직접 공격받고 있어.
Now the question is, do I go... I think I tried to hide a drone out here at least. So I will at least force him to make a pylon here. He wants to block me. Okay. Actually not gonna cancel this. Kind of worth to keep here, I think. Oh, what? That's not good.
새로운 여왕 준비돼.
Not sure what this position is actually like here. Definitely need to spend the next larva here on Lings though, that's for sure. Be nice if we could get this hatchery done actually before the adepts show up.
여왕 생성 성공. 진화 완료.
The spore here most likely. Poke in here.
새로운 여왕 준비돼.
Could cancel the roach in here for sure.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Bit of a bad supply lock here. You see the robo.
준비돼. 저기 일벌레 공격 중.
Question is just like how committed is he going here? It could be very sad for us depending on how supply block we are. He's making more adepts though, so
진화 완료.
we've seen the robo, so he's not. We know he's not
새로운 여왕.
We know he's not going something like Stargate here. GG. What's up, Demi? My meter was really fast when we played. Yeah, I was doing a very greedy build. Very, very greedy build. I got, like, you definitely had me that game. If you just busted my natural instead of going to the third. But obviously it's hard to know in those situations. I was like a 2 queen +1 melee with a fast lair. It's how we used to play Muta back in the day, but not 3-base that is, but it's very, very greedy. Is this Ryang's Protoss? I think it is, right? I don't think you can time him out. He's a mod. Mods are immune to the timeout requests, unfortunately. By the way, if you guys ever redeem something and I miss it, then please just let me know. Because the way I have it, like, I'm using a combined chat thing in OBS to see both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. But it doesn't display, like, when somebody uses channel points and stuff, so... if I miss something, please do let me know. Unfortunately. I might have actually seen that one. But yeah, I was way too tilted at that point. Audio prompts. Yeah, that wouldn't get abused for sure. I used to have a bunch of audio prompts for channel points, but they would, yeah. Definitely got abused. Oh, that's for the drone rule, the 5 drone rule. The free ones. They're supposed to be combined with the, you know, the drone killed emote. So if I'm on 4 drones lost, it's one away from leaving the game. And if I'm on 5, I'm out. I'm out.
새로운 여왕 준비됨.
Very good, fast Stargate.
받고 있음. 진화 완료.
To be in position here for the Oracle.
여왕 생성.
Holy shit, I'm overmaking overlords today. Seems like today's overlord day. Guess it's technically better than supply block day, so guess I'll take it.
공격받고 있음.
Nope. No, I didn't kill it. Fuck, dude. That was so bad.
새로운 여왕 준비. 일벌레가 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
If I didn't fuck this up, it could have actually been so annoying to him here. Instead, he is the one who gets to be annoying to us. That's bad, dude. Okay, this is a good scout at least.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Have to drone actually. If we don't, we're cooked either way.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 여왕 생성. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
I forgot road speed. Fuck, dude. didn't forget roach speed here, he would be 100% dead. Might still be dead, but
변이 완료. 진화했음.
he should be so dead here. We made so many fucking mistakes, man.
군단 병력
We could have +1, but no. I think it's got like 1 stasis trap as well. Okay. We really tried to make this game difficult for ourselves, for sure. Like, I was really surprised he, like, actually didn't... Like, he actually... Like, I scouted the depths, I was like, okay, he's just gonna go, go, go. But then he didn't really go, he just kind of chilled. Made more depths. It was very weird. I shouldn't even have cancelled that Evo Chamber, that was bad by me, but... I was sure I had roach speed on the way here. Supply block plus for getting roach speed was not ideal. What's the default CBC build? Roach versus roach into what? I mean, the standard way to open in CBC is to open with a 3rd hatch into a baiting nest, and scout with speedlings, defend with Lingbane if they go for something aggressive, get a roach roar, and then like you slowly get towards lair and +1 and so on, right? Yeah, that's kind of how you play CBC, and then you can do a faster lair and try to go mutas. You can go roach bane all in. You can go just like standard roach +1 speed timing. Do I just sit in my base until you have enough hydras? No, versus muta you need to either hit a very sharp timing. Like, ideally what you do versus muta is you attack them before they're making the mutas, so you at least force them to make units that are not mutalisks, right? And then if you want to go for an all-in in the follow-up, you can go for roach hydra timing, but then you have to like go very quickly, because if they get to baning speed versus your hydras, you're gonna lose the fight pretty hard. If you want to sit back and defend versus mutas, you have to go like roach queen infester into hive and like vipers and lurkers, right? Or you can go like roach queen infester into hydras and do a queen, or like roach hydra infester timing. That can also be okay. What's up, Ryan? How's it going, dude? Void Race. Void Race is a unit, yeah. Look at Ryan starting copy pastas in my chat. Had a good bike ride yesterday, though. Weather is incredible here in Seoul. Moonlight Sun, thank you so much for the Prime sub, man. Much appreciated. Yeah, if you're looking for, like, I play fairly standard most of my games, so if you're looking for replays, there's a replay command. If you do exclamation point replays, you'll get a link that links to all my replays. You know, S on the end, replays. And you can also find all my stream VODs on YouTube as well. Well, I'm pretty reactive about the stuff I do in CVP. I still play Hydra versus stalker openers. The thing is, we're not playing very many stalker openers. They're just going charge or adepts every game. So we get to Roach Queen all in a bunch. The actual standard opener for once. No Nexus first shenanigans. No Warp Gate, no Chrono Boost, there's a Stargate, okay. Nice and chill game.
새로운 여왕 준비돼.
Gonna double inject here. If they go Chrono Boost on the first unit, I usually like to go Tumor Inject. I liked every message with Jack from channel points. Nice. Yeah, true fan. Oh, this is a bit dicey by me for sure, but maybe we can bait the Adept in. He could still theoretically go for... two Adepts here, just very delayed. I'm playing overly safe though for sure by making these links.
진화 완료. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Void, Forge. Kinda looks like charged again. Trying very hard to deny scouting too. Have to pull these guys back a little bit, by the way, so I don't lose them for free. Can we see Robo? So, pretty sure he's doing another charge build here, so guess what, we're gonna get to Roach in again.
완성 성공.
It's actually raining gas this time, so see that.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 천막 중령이 군단이 진화했음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Where's my road speed? I need it here.
진화. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 광물지대 말라버림. 천막 중량이 공격. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 광맥 소진됨. 군단이 진화했음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 광물지대 말라버림. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 유전자 변형. 진화 완료. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 천막 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 광물지대 말라버림. 기지가 직접 공격받고 있어. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있어. 왕의 소중하고 있어.
That was a really bad fight by me, by the way. I don't have hydra range. All these hydras are like essentially useless. I might actually lose this. Not if it does that though. Yeah, that was messy by me. The fight was really, really bad. My banelings, like, I'm not killing these rocks earlier, so like the banelings all coming in from one angle was super, super not good. Should have been killing these rocks a lot earlier. It's like I have like 40 banelings, but they're all stuck in the back. If I have them coming from like this angle, we crush this fight really hard. His army really sucks versus banelings. It wasn't like we got a decent trade, I guess, but should have been a lot better. Then I remaxed in hydras for some reason, which is extremely bad. Because I had no hydra upgrades whatsoever. But yeah, he didn't even have blink actually. I could have still killed him here if I didn't eat all the stasis traps. Stalkers don't do anything if they don't have blink, but the stasis kinda threw me off a little bit. But I think I could have just committed here actually. We still killed 17 workers though with the roach drop, so they were in a good spot. Maybe we have 39, yeah, it's pretty good. No, I actually, like, no cap. I'm actually doing okay versus Protoss this season. My CVP is usually like sitting at 50%, so it's a lot better than usual. Sup, Simanko? What's happening with my CVC? What's happening with my CVCs is I'm only getting people who want to, like, one base all in me. Or, like, the most macro-oriented CVC we'll get is somebody who goes for, like, a 40 to 45 drone roach bane all in. That's the definition of macro games we're getting. Yeah. Yeah, it's not placed blink a single time after Stargate here. I mean, you can play other builds, like you don't have to go blink, but if you want to go like fast third, multiple Stargate units, I don't think it's possible to play safe without going blink. But if you're going like, you know, the late third or one Stargate unit into like Archon drop, you can defend this some of this stuff. Not all of the Rocholins, but most of the Rocholins. But he's just doing like Stargate, Fast Third, multiple Stargate units every game into non-blink, which is kind of greedy. Yeah. Back to Nexus first.
새로운 여왕 준비됨. 생성 성공. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Bit of unlucky timing there. Oh, I never built my tumor here. It's not good by me.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 여왕 생성.
He definitely looks like some guy toss shenanigans. He does not have +1 though, however. So.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 천막 종양이 공격받고 있음. 공격받고
There's a
있습니다.
robo.
굴라치가 직접 공격받고 있음.
There's a chance he's making carriers here, but I still didn't see any. Ah, this is so bad. The supply block. I wanted to make mutas here.
여왕 생성.
Okay, Colossus. Mutas will still be good.
진화 완료. 천막 중 공격받고 있음.
Full gas is like 4-to-1 ratio, minerals to gas, and roaches are still 3-to-1. No, that's not correct, right? Because you need more minerals than gas. So it's like if you have usually if you have full saturation, like if you have 6 gases, 3 base saturation when making roaches, you're gonna start floating gas. Yeah. Well, you can just count the number of drones, right? So it's 18 drones, right, out of 66. That's mining gas. So it's not 4-to-1. That's why usually, like, if you're gonna make only roaches, you go like 3 base saturation, but like 6 gas. Or like 4 gas, I mean. Maybe 5 gas, depending if you can get upgrades and stuff, right? But if you were to like just make roaches, then usually just like 4 gas, 3 base saturation is usually enough. Not you don't even need full saturation for that. Like I guess if you have like full saturation, then maybe 5 gas is better. Like 5 gas with 2 in 1 gas or something like that. Maybe playing Diablo 4 sometime. No, not planning on doing that. I played some Diablo 4 during the open beta, but it was didn't really make me want to play it more, to be honest. I played a decent amount of Diablo 3. Yeah. But I was never like super into the action RPGs too much. Think about giving WoW a shot. I played WoW for like a week, and then I forced myself to stop because I realized I would spend way too much time playing WoW instead of doing other things. So I'm pretty happy about that decision, to be honest, in retrospect. Yeah, it's definitely fun. Like, it's extremely fun, but too much so, I think. Because like there's no end, right? Like you just keep playing forever, and at least like when for me when I'm playing like a competitive game like StarCraft, you know, like I'm improving my skills and I can compete and stuff like that, right? But yeah, in a game like WoW, that would just be way too big of a time sink for me. If I had the discipline to just play it a little bit, I would have played it. But I'm very bad with that stuff. Like if I find a game I like, I'll just play it way too much. Mm. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna call it a day here. I'm gonna raid up Lambo. Hope you all enjoyed the stream today. I appreciate you all. Make sure you guys follow and subscribe and all that good stuff. I will see you guys tomorrow. Should be live tomorrow around 4 p.m. KST, which should be 8 a.m. Central European time, right? Probably like midnight US time, something like that, right? I think. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you all. Make sure you say hi to Lambo. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow.